Being an archaeologist takes a certain amount of bravery. Even though not every excavation will be like an Indiana Jones movie, you might find some strange artifacts if you look closely enough. When this group of people working in Peru got to the Kalmark site and saw something unfortunate, they had to learn the truth hard. Hey guys, and welcome to our channel. Today we will talk about an incredible discovery. When the experts found an underground tomb, they went inside to see what was inside. What they saw was pretty scary. Researchers had been excavating in an underground area connected to a passageway that wound far into the arid Andes. The time has come to exhibit some bravery. After all, how confident would you be if you had to descend an ancient flight of stairs that led to a cavernous underground chamber? They proceeded carefully down the stairs and into an old area that looked forgotten by time. Even though it was obvious that this crew could complete the mission at hand, we can only speculate about how ancient the air is and what it likely smelled like in the past, based on our little knowledge. Those who lacked your bravery would have returned to the mountain's surface. Fear gripped the archaeologists. Even as they walked deeper into the ancient hall, they were immediately aware that they were in for a significant revelation. The URI's economy was managed by a highly developed bureaucracy responsible for redistributing resources from better developed regions to less developed regions. The Huari did not correctly grasp the concept of money in the same way that modern people do. Even though taxes were levied and a centralized government controlled the whole economy, the Huari was creative in many different ways, but the fact that they were able to deal with metals was particularly fascinating. They might work with metals such as copper, silver, gold, and others. Dr. Tung examined the Huari people's skeletons to determine the wounds they sustained when they were still living. She believes this is the case because an increasing number of people are being injured and traumatized due to the violent activities of others. Even if Dr. Tung's hypothesis is correct, it is unfortunate that the Huari civilization perished. Archaeological evidence suggests that the culture was responsible for many achievements, which should not be dismissed solely based on this fact. In the distance, you can make out the ruins of old towns such as Kalmark, which at its busiest time supported a population of approximately 15,000 people. You may get a good idea of how intricate and well-developed this town used to be by looking at the remains of Kamakura. The neighborhood gave off the impression that it had been meticulously planned out, as evidenced by the fact that residences, pyramids, and temples were all located on separate blocks. Evidence suggests that others who arrived after these individuals used these buildings. The World Monuments Fund claims that the Kalmark Archaeological Monument has yet to be cared for very well in recent years. However, a number of specialists have opined that it is an important archaeological site. Instead of being preserved as a natural buffer zone, the land around it has been developed with residential structures. Unfortunately, the region has not been shielded from the negative consequences of modern development, even though compelling arguments support this position. When the dig began in the middle of October 2021, approximately 40 individuals were working on it. Due to the size of the group, it was essential to select a leader responsible for ensuring that everything went off without a hitch. Archaeologists Umura Huaman Santalan and Peter Van Dalen were accountable for completing this task. They were ushered into the dimly lit, musty, and congested underground chamber by the group's two leaders so they could begin their exploration. The interior contained the dead body of a person who had been buried there previously. That was a strange discovery to make. Yet there was nothing else quite like this funeral. It was mummified and firmly encased in binds to preserve the body for as long as possible. The fact that the individual buried there was a long-lost relative made the situation even more terrifying. In 2016, Dr. Tung revealed to the scientific community that human remains had been discovered that dated back to 2 years after the Huari civilization had reached its zenith. As Van Dalen looked at them, it appeared as though they had been piled up carelessly, and there were indications that some of them had been altered. We can deduce that Luna's life coincided with an important period in Huari's history, given that his remains were found and buried there. But there is other information that we may learn from visiting the website. One of these specialists, a bioarchaeologist named Agmar Asacha, mentioned that the discovery was covered on the website Business Insider. She stated that grave robbery is a significant issue at numerous locations throughout Southern America. Because of this, it is unlikely that you will come across another mummy that is in as good of condition as this one. We have a lot to gain by seeing a body like this. For instance, we could investigate its ancient DNA. This discovery will benefit the general public in the same way that it will help historians and archaeologists, who are more likely to be aware of it. The mummy was displayed at San Marcos University in Lima almost immediately after being discovered there. What better way is there to get people interested in the past than to show them something like this? The day the mummies were shown to the public, Vandal and Luna sent out a statement. He said, "Today at the important National University of San Marcos in Lima, we showed archaeological findings from a study done in Kamakura in 2021. The study was done in 2021. The discovery of the mummy, which has been reported all over the world and is still being studied, has been the most important news in the past few weeks. No one knows what else can be learned about secrets from this discovery. Archaeologists who were brave enough to go into one of Mummy's scary rooms to learn more about the long-lost Huari civilization are very much appreciated. Let's keep our fingers crossed that they can look at the Kamakura site for a while longer before it's too late." This was all about today's video. Please give us your thoughts on the video below. Don't forget to share our video and give it thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for more updates. We'll see you all again in the next clip.